Hi, welcome to Absolute English. I'm Coach Kori, and I'm so glad that you found the channel. Hopefully, you find it useful. If you're coming back because you've been here before, welcome back. So, you've landed on Kori's question box. This is so much fun. So, what I do is I pick questions from my box. Yep, my box. And I just answer them. And you get to decide how many of those questions you want to answer in the comments below. So you can answer all of them. You could answer one or two or three. It's up to you. Whatever you want to answer, you answer. And I just pick questions randomly. This is a question box I use when I'm tutoring students. And so I have one box that is for adults, and then I have another box that's for like teenagers and kids that I ask these questions. But it's always a lot of fun because it sparks some really interesting conversations. So let's see what this first question is. If you could design a postage stamp, what would be on it? If you could design a postage stamp, what would be on the stamp? Wow, that's hard. I suck at drawing. I'm horrible at drawing. I have like zero artistic ability. Um, let's see. So I don't know. I have no idea what I would put on a stamp. I'd probably ask my daughter or my son who are actually really good at art and say, hey, what do you think I should do? Because honestly, every now and again, I'm the one who comes up with my logo designs and that's cool, but I can't actually draw them. But when I get stuck on things like that, I do. I ask them to help me come up with ideas and brainstorm ideas. So I guess that's my answer. But what would you do? What would you put on a postage stamp? Question number 2. Where were you on September 11th, 2001? I was living in New York City, living and working in New York City when the towers were attacked. And that's all I really have to say about that. Let's see. Which mystery or unsolved case would you like to know the truth about? So which mystery or unsolved case would you like to know the truth about? I don't know. There's a lot. I write mysteries, and frequently my mysteries have included cold cases because these are cases that are just unsolved, and I find that very interesting. But specific cases, I don't really look into the specific real ones very often. Um, because I would be going down a rabbit hole and I would be there for a long time if I actually started looking at real cases. Now, if you're talking about famous cases where you want to know what happened, like what really happened to Malcolm X, what really happened to, Martin Luther King, what was really behind the JFK assassination, things like that, that would be interesting to know. I think that would be interesting. I don't know that I would actually, I know I wouldn't spend the time doing that. That is not something I would do. But if I had time to just, do that, maybe I would look into that. Okay, next question. We're on question number 4. Outside of your family, who's been the biggest influence on your life? So outside of your family, who's been the biggest influence on your life? Um, Actually, I'm really close to my family, and so they truly have been the biggest influence on on me. And I have a very small inner circle of people with whom I speak and engage. I mean, in personal conversations with. So I would probably say my husband. So outside of my bigger family, like my parents and my brother, because I'm really close to them, would probably be my husband and my children, would be my next stage of people. In between there, before I met my husband, it probably would have been the people that influenced me more were the people I grew up around. That many of them were attorneys, they were lawyers, and they still are. They're not necessarily retired. Those people I grew up around, they were civil rights activists. So they participated in marches during the civil rights movement. So these people really influenced me a lot. But I also consider a lot of those people family. So that's my answer for that one. All right, question number 5. This is the last one. If you could live on any beach, which would you choose? If you could live on any beach, which would you choose? That's easy. I would not live on a beach. I hate to be hot. I don't like being hot. I think a beach is nice. It's fun for like that much time. And then I'm bored and I don't want to be there. Mostly because of the sand and then because it's hot. So I don't really like that. I would choose to be in the mountains before I choose a beach. I like lakes more than I like the ocean. I would like fall more than summer weather. Actually, I do. And I don't mind the winter. I like snow. So I would not, I wouldn't even choose a beach. That's how much I don't like it. But what about you? Those are 5 questions from Kori's question box. You can answer all of them. You can answer 1, 2, 3. It's up to you. I look forward to hearing what your answers are, or not hearing, but reading what your answers are. See you later.